Hello everyone, this is Ross with Market Traders Daily, and this is today's video analysis for October 22nd, 2019. Today, we're going to take a look at the NZDUSD, the New Zealand dollar versus the US dollar for today's trade analysis. A couple things to point out here on the daily time frame. First, let's take a look at this blue circle. 5 days. We found resistance at the orange shaded area, 0.643040, and supported the blue shaded area, 0.6408. 63.95 is the blue shaded area. So 4 or 5 days, finding support at the blue zone, resistance at the orange shaded area. The reason we point that out is that's where we are right now. So we know where our resistance and support are based on just what happened here at this blue circle just not too far in the past. So as long as it stays above the blue shaded area in the direction of our current trend, momentum, and sentiment, we would look for support above 0.6408 and for the potential of a new rally towards the orange shaded area. And the risk and opposite of that is that it gets back under the blue shaded area and starts to move lower back down to the purple zone or lower. Purple zone is 0.637060, by the way, in case it breaks down through that blue shaded area. Like I said, the current trend, momentum, and sentiment is more bullish than it is bearish, so we want to pay attention to that and note that that's typically the direction you're going to want to trade until something changes, which I think would be a break underneath the blue shaded area. Let's do a couple of other things while we're here on this viewpoint. Let's take Fibonacci from the highest high on the chart down to the lowest low. In doing that, we find the 382 Fibonacci retracement level at 64.28. By the way, that's at the orange shaded area. So currently holding under resistance, 382 fib of the long down trend range at the orange shaded area. The next fib lower isn't all the way down here, 236.6342. Next 50% retracement of that previous trend, 64.97 up here at the yellow shaded area. So that would be some additional information there, but I think most importantly probably is that orange zone and the current resistance at the 0.382. Let's take a Fibonacci of a different vantage point. We'll leave that older one there and we'll do just this high right here, top of the blue circle to the lowest low. Interesting there is that puts the 886 fib just underneath that orange shaded area as well. 786 bottom of the blue zone and 618 down here at the purple shaded area. So what we're starting to see is a theme around that orange shaded area as a resistance level, which we've already seen before. That's nothing new. But there's a theme of resistance there. So it's going to take some struggle, some effort to get through that orange shaded area. Significant sell-off of the dollar or rally for the New Zealand dollar. Let's see. One more. Why not? Let's take, it's not going to look a whole lot different actually than what we already have, but let's also take Fibonacci from the low of the black trend line to the current resistance high. And that also brings some Fibonacci to overlap right there around the blue shaded area. So we're kind of stuck between Fibonacci here at the blue zone and the orange shaded area. So again, it doesn't change our outlook. We just know that either we're going to find resistance at the orange zone, or eventually it's going to break above it and continue the trend, or it's going to find support at the blue zone, or break underneath it and reverse the trend to go back down. So interesting information there with Fibonacci, the colored shaded areas. So what do we do with this today? Well, I think we watch the dollar, the USD. If it has a significant rise or fall, that's going to give us an invert direction for the New Zealand dollar. A rising USD sends this lower, back under the blue zone. Falling USD sends this back up towards the orange zone or higher. Again, we look back here 4 or 5 days, finding support at the blue zone, resistance at the orange zone, means that I really don't want to sell this right now. Selling on top of the blue zone, not really part of a strategy for the day today. The only real reason I would sell or go short is either it was at the orange zone or under the blue zone. So if I'm not selling, the potential is buying at 0.6408. Let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame and take a look here. We see that dip. We see the push back down towards the blue shaded area today. And as we've noted many times here, one of the best ways to buy something, buy anything, in the direction of trend momentum and sentiment is to do it on a dip into support. Why? Because that provides lower risk and higher reward. Your risk is that it gets underneath that blue zone. So stop loss would be underneath. Your expectation is a bounce here and a target back to the orange zone or higher, a break of the orange zone. And again, I think the only real reason is to go short today would be a push under the blue zone or back at the orange zone. So until that happens, I'm going to focus on potential buys into the blue shaded area for the New Zealand dollar today.
From Forex Traders Daily, this has been your daily analysis with Ross Mullins. If you would like to get Ross's analysis on all the currency pairs he's watching and all the trades he takes today, join him in his live trade room by clicking on the link below. Please leave any comments you have about today's video in the comments section below.